And it's Monday, and we finally got Coro Coro released, and we got a lot of stuff with this Coro Coro. First, let's just start first and foremost. We finally got our Rockruff evolution. Now, Rockruff's evolution is called, and this is just this Japanese name, Lugarogan. So I'm going to assume it's like lunar rock or something like that. But it has the secret behind its evolution is that it has two evolutions, well, two forms. One in the day, one in the night. So if you evolve during day, you get the midday form, which looks like this, which is a pretty cool looking wolf, all things considered. But if you evolve it during the night, you get, and I'm actually just going to enlarge that for a more high resolution picture. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. That's what Daddy likes. Alright, there we go. And then you get this guy right here, the night form, who definitely looks more like a werewolf. He looks more sinister with his big red eyes and whatnot. Gee, one second, I'm just re-enlarging these pictures. There we go, and there's a better look at the other one. Now, they don't give a typing for these guys yet, but if I were to at least guess, which is really all I can do, and did my phone just freeze on me? No, okay. No, if I were to just guess right now, and that's, again, all I can do, I would guess to say that the werewolf one's more than likely a dark rock type, because if it's a form change, something that drastic, there's probably some type change. But I imagine that they still say the rock type, I imagine. But I imagine it's probably rock dark type. The one that's kind of throws you for a loop is the day one, because that does, neither of them really look much like them. Being said, a Rockruff doesn't look a great deal like a rock type either, I suppose. Besides being brown. I don't know, rock normal maybe rock fighting. It's hard to really guess on that. But another thing that so far, I've only watched one video, to be fair, on these so far from people, but it does beg the question on what they actually have in what the similarity is with Rockruff and the starters. Do the starters actually have a different? Do the starters' forms depend on the time of day? Their final forms depend on the time of day when you get them. So. And there's also that rumor a while back that they might have two separate evolutions, but from what we could barely see on the Pokedex, I don't think that's the case. Even though in-game you'd only ever be able to get one starter evolution. That being said, you can also trade to get more starter evolutions, so it wouldn't necessarily work as well. I don't know. There's still a lot up in the air, but it makes me more curious now than ever to see the freaking evolutions for the starters, which I'm going to just go out on a limb and say we are probably getting this Wednesday with the next batch of Coro Coro information. At the very least, I think we'll probably get Rockruff's evolution in there. In fact, yeah, that would actually make sense. We'll probably get the new Ultra Beast, which we'll go over quick. Rockruff's evolution, the evolution of the stars, and maybe one extra new Pokemon or some game features that go with it. But speaking of Ultra Beasts, we now have two new Ultra Beasts. We have UBO, then they're actually both version exclusive Ultra Beasts. We have UBO2, the Beauty, and I'm saying the Beauty, it's just UBO2 Beauty, but UBO2 the Beauty, UBO2 the expansion. And they are version exclusive. You get the expansion with Sun, and they are seen apparently fighting Tapu Koko. You get the expansion with Sun, and you get the Beauty with Moon, which is cool because I like the design of Beauty more. There you go. And there's the expansion is the big red one, who looks like a giant Hulk bug. And then Beauty is the humanoid-looking one with actual eyes, who, yeah, like I'm certain most people are pointing out at this point, looks vaguely like the head of the Aether Foundation, Lily something or other. I can't quite remember her name. So it's or Alysand, I can't remember. Lucamine, that was it. Lucamine, yeah, she does bear a striking resemblance to her. A few other things to note is that next month's Coro Coro, so October's, or technically November's, will show off the true power of type Null. So what is obviously Type 4 Null is going to either have a form change, an evolution, or something like that, but it's going to eventually show off all of its tricks. So we got that going on. But we have more. We have the actual first poster and description for the Sun and Moon anime. Now this is not one I would normally care that much about, but I'm kind of interested a little bit. Now, here's the poster first off. And I am certain things will maybe be different in design-wise, but that is just stupid looking for Ash's. Ash's face is just stupid looking in that. But what we know in this is that Ash is actually going to school in the Alola region and is going to graduate like never before. And that is the actual tagline. That made me sad a little bit when I heard that and read that. But what do we know from this? Well, we know Team Rocket is still there as always, and except now they got a Beware balloon right there. We see on the front here, we see Litten, and we see the starters, but what I haven't heard anyone's mentioned yet, and again, I've only watched Game Explains a little explanation of the poster, Coro Coro, is that there's the one starter that seems to be right near Ash right now is Rowlet. I pretty much called that he was either getting Popplio or Rowlet. I had no doubt he was not getting Litten because that just didn't fit. But we have Professor Kukui with Rockruff. We have Samson Oak way in the background there. Yeah, there he is. You can see him right there. And you can see Alolan Executor. We see Mallow, who was one of the Melee, at least one of the Melee trial captains, with a Bonsweet. So, and being Grass Trainer, she would probably have Bonsweet. We can see Clement there. Not Clement. Aristotle, that's it. I believe, or Socrates. No, that's his name. Socrates is right there. And he has a Togedemaru. He's running a Tauros. I don't know if you can make him out. He's right. I'm going to see if I can actually just enlarge that a bit more for context. The glare, he's right there. There's Socrates. And, of course, you can see Lily's there with an Alolan Vulpix. So that's interesting. We can see a bunch of the Ride Pokemon. There's a Sharpedo there. There's a Charizard there. I wonder if Ash Charizard will actually become a Ride Pokemon. That'd be cool. We see a Lapras there. And Ash gets the Z-Ring. So I guess he's going to take the Island Challenges as well. Well, obviously he's going to take the Island Challenges. Why the hell would you make this series if he wasn't going to take the Island Challenges? But yeah, there's a lot that still needs to be answered right now. Like, what the hell are these Ultra Beasts? I need to know this information. I really do. But also the starter evolutions, because at this point we've reached... I'm not saying we reached the capacity of new Pokemon we can get. I highly doubt we've reached the capacity of new Pokemon we can get. What we have reached is because we still got evolutions that need to be spoiled. But apart from the evolutions of Pokemon, we technically don't need to have any other Pokemon spoiled or shown. I would love to still see more new Pokemon, absolutely, but we don't actually need any more Pokemon shown to complete the type chart throughout the Pokedex, unless you want to still give us a new Dark or Ice type. In which case, then yes, you still need to cover those bases. But because of the Alolan forms, you technically don't. So yeah, that's a big thing. Like, while I want to know the story, I actually don't want to figure it. I mean, do want to know the deal with Ultra Beasts. I kind of do want to figure that out a bit. But what the story is, I'll wait to see what the story is when I get the game. I don't need to be spoiled. The only thing I ever, at this point in my Pokemon playing life, want to actually ever know is what the deal is with, or what the new Pokemon, basically just what the what the evolutionary requirements are for new Pokemon. That's the only thing I really need to know. And basically all new Pokemon, because although exploring is fine, what if I missed something I really would have wanted or something like that? I mean, yes, I could play through it again, but what if I don't want to just automatically start my game over by the time I finish the main part of the game and just not do the story part? What if, all that? So, yeah, I kind of like doing those things. Anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts on the Coro Coro scans. Really cool, really interesting. We'll have to wait and see what Wednesday brings. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.